your shit splat. Stop letting this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop letting this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Into the trends. See you, Lee, be the band.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Bleachers to Speakers. We are here live. The Lions are playing the Titans. We got a pregame show. It's just me today. I'm holding it down. My homeboy June is in Aruba on vacation, enjoying himself. So I'm gonna hold it down, solo dolo. So yeah, the Lions versus the Titans. The Lions are 5-1, coming off a big win against the Minnesota Vikings, putting us in sole possession of first place in the NFC North, the strongest division in the NFL. And the Tennessee Titans are 1-5, coming off a loss to the Buffalo Bills, 34-10. They have pretty much, for all intents and purposes, packed it up for the year. They just traded away their number one receiver, DeAndre Hopkins. And the defense was the offense was already pretty anemic as is. So this is a home game as well. The Lions played the last two games, I believe, on the road against the Vikings and who else did the Lions play? We won, regardless. Let's look that up real quick while we're here, man. It's gonna be a little irky jerky today, but we gonna get through the show. So the Lions played the Cowboys. How could I forget about the Cowboys? The Lions destroyed the Cowboys, and who we got in the building here? Yes, Trippy Gypsy. Appreciate you. It was the Cowboys. So two big wins, and then I don't want to call it a trap game. I mean, I know this team is very prepared. This team is very well coached. So I have no reservations about them sleeping on the Tennessee Titans. But this is a game that you would like to think is an easier opponent than the last two that we faced, especially since we're at home. It's going to be rocking in there. But there are some things to discuss as far as the Tennessee Titans are concerned. Despite the fact that they have one of probably the worst offensive team in the entire league, this team statistically is the number one defense. Believe it or not, it's the number one defense in all of the NFL. They're number one against the pass, led by L'Jarius Sneed, of course, who they went out and signed in the offseason from the Kansas City Chiefs. And number one against the pass and number 10 against the rush. So this is a team that is very defined on the defensive side of the ball. And obviously the Lions, did they ever make it official? I don't know if they ever made it official that Jameson Williams was out for the next two games, but I believe we are going to be without Jameson Williams for this game. But we know this team has a ton of weapons. I'm excited to see Tim Patrick get some more looks. Khalif Raymond had a good game last week. He had a touchdown. Of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the leader on the offensive side, along with Jared Goff, who's having an MVP type season thus far. So yeah, tons of weapons. Montgomery, as far as I know, is not still suffering any injuries that he had against the Vikings. But we're so deep that even when he does have an injury, we have Jahmyr Gibbs, we have Craig Reynolds, we have Sione Vaki. This might be another opportunity for us to kind of experiment and just see what we have, because this game should not be close. But like I said, this defense is tough, and the key to the game, for one, They are, although they are statistically the worst offensive in the entire league, they have a solid running attack. They have Spears. Um, they have a couple different running backs that are actually decent. Let's see what we got here. I always forget the run. Tony Pollard from the Cowboys. I know he played for the Cowboys. Yeah, so they have Tony Pollard. They have Tajay Spears, and they have a decent receiving core, uh, even minus DeAndre Hopkins. They have Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd previously played for the Bengals. He's a solid receiver. Um, so the key is going to be stopping the run because it's going to put a lot of pressure on their backup quarterback. I believe Mason Rudolph is going to be playing and not Will Levis. So yeah, stopping the run is going to be very important because they do have some receivers that can get going out there, and they've allowed the ninth most sacks. So yeah, the recipe to stopping them is definitely going to be getting to the quarterback, stopping the run so that we can kind of pin our ears back and attack because we know that Aaron Glenn likes to blitz. He likes to leave his corners out on an island. And of course, you got to let the safeties eat. The safeties are definitely going to continue to eat. We got two of the best safeties in the entire league, Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. And when they're in positions where they know that the run is not going to be effective and they can really sit back and man that center field, they're really going to get the opportunity. And I got a prediction to make. I got a bold prediction. I got welcome Joseph Ostin. Hopefully I said that correctly. We got some new guys, no people in the building. Welcome. But yes, I got a bold prediction to make. One of our corners, Terrion Arnold or Carlton Davis, will get a pick today. I don't think a corner has a pick on the season yet, and I think today is the day. We got Mason Rudolph out there, and he should be throwing some lollipops out there. So I got Carlton Davis or Terrion Arnold getting the first pick of the year today, or maybe it's Record Straw, or maybe it's Amik Robinson. One of them is going to get it. But I'm going to say it's going to be one of the two outside cornerbacks. Let's get to the first break. I'm not going to hold you guys too long. I don't have a partner today to kind of throw back and forth ideas, but we're gonna work it out. Also, when we look at the statistics, this team has a -9 differential. They only had 3 takeaways this year. So yeah, continuing to take the ball away is going to be key. I mean, you would think that a team that is the number one in defense would be faring better than 1-5 on the year. But to be honest, the offense has really failed them. I kind of talked about this on the NFC North show, but yeah, I mean, when you have a -9 differential, uh, that and the fact and the other big thing is statistically their defense is number one, but their points allowed is kind of middle of the pack, and it's because the offense has given the ball away so much. So we need to continue that trend of taking the ball away, taking care of it on our end, and stopping the run pretty much. Because that's the one thing they actually have going for them. They have a decent running attack. Um, uh, their defense has fared well this year, but they themselves have not taken the ball away, and they haven't got to the quarterback. Um, so yeah, kind of an odd. It's kind of an odd set of statistics, but all in all, it pretty much makes sense. The offense has been giving the ball away. Um, they haven't taken the ball away, and yeah, the offense is giving the ball away, and they haven't taken it away. So this should not be a close game, but it's any given Sunday, anything can happen, and this is a good opportunity for the Lions to create even more separation in the NFC North because the Minnesota Vikings lost on Thursday to the LA Rams. So when you look at the depth chart right now, let's look at the depth chart. No, not the depth chart, the standings. My bad, yeah. When you look at the standings, the Lions are atop the NFC North at 5-1. Let's get over to the NFC here. No. All right. So the Lions are 5-1. The Vikings are 5-2, but the Packers are also 5-2. And the Bears are 4-2. So still a very stacked division. If we win today, of course, we're a top division that's at 6-1. The best the Packers can do is go 6-2, and the Bears go 5-2. So yeah, we need to continue to create separation. We got to win games that we're supposed to win. We've already won some games that were tough that could have went either way. But you certainly don't want to allow the Tennessee Titans to come into your house and win the ball game. And let's look at the injury report before we get up out of here. So the two players the Lions have out today are Christian Mahogany, who I don't think has played a snap yet. He's dealing with an illness, and Josh Pascal is also dealing with the illness. This is a defensive line that has already been pretty depleted with injuries. So I believe Isaiah Thomas and the other guy that we brought in are going to be active today, so we'll get an opportunity. Josh Pascal is actually coming off a pretty good game. I think he's coming off one of his best games ever, in fact. But definitely need to keep an eye out on the defensive line and see what type of pressure they can conjure up. Like I said, Aaron Glenn likes to play aggressive. He likes to blitz. We had 3 linebackers had sacks in the game: Trevor Nowatzki, Jack Campbell, and Malcolm Rodriguez, I believe, all had sacks last week, as well as Josh Pascal. So we did a good job of getting to the quarterback. I would love to see us have more conventional pressure out of the front four, but we are pretty banged up. Levi Onwuzurike is we got Levi Onwuzurike, we got James Houston, and then just kind of the grab bag of edge rushers that we've kind of brought in to play. But as far as our strengths are concerned, certainly up the middle, we got DJ Reader, we have Aline McNeil. They are two strong, interior defensive linemen, and then our linebacking core has been pretty solid, despite the fact that Derek Barnes is out. Anzalone has been great all year. Jack Campbell, and then some of the guys that we didn't necessarily expect to be as active. Trevor Nowatzki, Ben Neiman. Ben Neiman is a solid veteran as well. So yeah, we're definitely gonna lean on our safeties today, who might have their hands full, more full than you might think, with Tyler Boyd and Calvin Ridley. But our secondary has quietly been one of our strengths this year due to our safeties. But like I said, bold prediction: one of our corners is going to get an interception today, either Carlton Davis or Terrion Arnold, I believe. And let's do point predictions. I'm gonna go with I don't know why the number 34 stuck in my head. 34-10 is probably a pretty wide margin. I'm not going to say 34-10. I'm going to say 34-17 Lions taking a victory at home against Tennessee Titans, and standing alone atop the NFC North at 6-1. Please subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. Obviously, everybody watching live, I appreciate you guys. This is where you get the raw and uncut footage live as I'm recording it, but also subscribe on the audios, on all the audio aggregators, Bleachers to Speakers as well. We cover the Detroit Tigers and Detroit Pistons as well. You can find them on audio aggregators at Corner to Copa for the Tigers and Post Game Podcast as far as the Pistons are concerned. This should be a fairly easy game. I don't want to jinx the team, but this is a well coached team that handles business, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm out.